Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for the finale of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And in the last episode, we did half of Ganon's tower, as well as finishing off Turtle Rock in order to get into Ganon's tower. We rescued Zelda, but we need to rescue and reclaim the Triforce to save Hyrule. But the thing is, we've cleared out his basement, and we've stolen the red mail, so we cannot take too much damage anymore. Unless, you know, he's going to be even tougher than expected, and he's going to do the damage. Thing is, as you can see from our progress here, minus, roughly 10 Triforce medals, at this point in the collab projects between Four Swords and A Link to the Past, this is our progress. As you can see, we haven't beaten Four Swords yet, because that's going to be happening after we beat A Link to the Past, and there's a reason for that we'll get into at the end of this video. But as you can see, we have all of our stuff, all heart containers, the riddle side quest, not the quiz side quest, I mean, I guess it's a quiz. And in Four Swords, we have all the hero keys needed to take down Vati. We're pretty much on the semi-final of both our files at this point, and I haven't actually shown this screen since I started, funnily enough, but that comes into play. So, let me get back into the game, and we'll start scaling the tower. So, back in Ganon's tower, we've started right back at the door. We just got to dash all the way up to the tower and take him on. Shouldn't be too big of a trek, but we did fight one of the first bosses that we have fought in our adventures in the last episode, and that was the Armos Knights from the Eastern Palace. I didn't time that well, did I? Just lost a bunch of magic from my troubles there. Don't really need this, so I'll just do that. In fact, I could use... Oh, he's sitting on the crystal switch. Can I hit him? If I move him over here. Habap! There we are, I'll take that, Garroya. But yes, we've pretty much got... Can I do this? Yeah, I can, because it goes through the pods. Would be nice if I could take this guy out, though. Get him out of the way. Ah, I can block your fireballs, buddy. How do you feel? And yep, again, the silver arrows can kill these enemies pretty easily. Yeah, here's a thing. You can't actually walk on top of these, even though this is one of the easiest ways on doing it, because you're probably going to be in close quarters. In Link's Awakening and other Zelda games, you can. I don't know why that wasn't a thing that you could do in this version. It just, like, doesn't like it. By pushing that, we open the door. Let's just get my... You know what? Screw it. I've got the arrows. I'm going to use the bow again anyway, so it saves me another pause button. Because we've got more Garroyas here. So, all I want to do is get past this. Habap! There we are, got him. Did take a bit of damage there, but it's fine. All we got to do is take out the enemies. That's a bit of a problem. Nah. What if I just bring you over here to me? There we are, that does it. Easy. What you're supposed to do is drag this around to stop the spikes from hitting you, but yeah, I can do it without it. Yeah, now, the thing is, yes, we may have the thing that can kill Ganon being the silver arrows, but yeah, we still can't get rid of Beamos, which is a shame. Yeah, Beamos are still the most toughest enemy in the game, and they still like to deal the damage. I mean, if not, they give you a humongous knockback still, so despite the damage no longer really being an issue with these guys, still being a heart of damage, they seem to ignore my armor for some reason. But, yeah, they can still knock you around quite a bit. And this room you can pretty much easily skip by just walking all the way through here. This is as far as we... The last room is as far as we would have gotten if we didn't have the big key, so we did have to do that. We've got some eyeballs here. Oh, really? I just sniped twice and it wasn't right. You know what? I can see you now, so I can actually kill you. Do we have to kill enemies in this room? Nope, there's a switch here, so you know what? I'm just gonna... Ow, I hit the crystal switch. Well, I didn't hit it, I bonked against it without activating it somehow. I'm taking damage, it's fine. We'll get there in the end. But yeah, we fought one of the bosses, like, from the first dungeon earlier. So we might be having refaces against Light World bosses throughout the tower, since one of them was in the basement. Normally I can get through this room dashing perfectly fine, but... God damn it. RNG wasn't with me, and then I just took a cannonball to the flipping face. Oh, come on, Rick. You know what? I'm going to dash again. See what that does for me. There we go. Okay, I one of them clipped my sword, but it's fine. What isn't fine, though, is there is a room below us. This is one of the most infamous rooms in the game in terms of how do you get to it. I mean, even despite screen crunch, you can tell that the wall is there because the tiles are different. If I try to use the hook shot, I can't get across. You can use a bomb jump, or you can use a bonk jump. So, yeah. This is actually one of the only required times, and required is a very loose term, if I can English, because this room's optional. But if you are intending to go through every room in the game, you are required to use a bonk jump to get in here, because there is no other way to get in here unless you know of the bomb jump, which I think is more of a glitch in the physics than anything else. And, I mean, you can't bonk jump again, but you can easily use the hook shot to get back. So, and there's 2 fairies in there, so if you keep going in there after going up the stairs, you can restock yourself for the final climb, because we're already a quarter of the way. So, since we have the level 4 sword, as well as the silver arrows, we can actually use a couple of these to take these enemies out quick. I say only hitting 1, but that's the intention. I mean, we have 70 arrows, so we might as well use them. That didn't work out well. I'm picking up arrows as I go anyway, so I might as well just pop a few arrows off. But you can only have 1 arrow fired at once, because I tried to shoot another arrow there, but I just twanged my bow, which is quite annoying. Why can I only have 1 arrow going on the screen at once? Does the Super Nintendo have immediately that big of a problem? I mean, I know this is the GBA, but obviously they're trying to be accurate. Or maybe it's because that Link can't reload that quick, and that's what they're trying to simulate, be a little bit realistic, but I don't know. I mean, this is a fantasy game. Do you really need to be realistic? Hylians could have very good dexterity and just be able to do stuff extremely quick. Oh, and in case if you've forgotten, if you walk into a Bono statue, you can hurt yourself as well. So, you might really be careful about that. I was trying to hit him, but I just took contact damage. You know what? Screw you both. I don't need to be chasing around to hit you guys. I have screen nukes, and with half the magic cost. Why wouldn't I not set you ablaze? And they didn't even drop anything for me, but thank you for the knockback on the ice. That shot me to the opposite side of the room. Very helpful. I'm just going to do this again. Screw it. Challenge? What's that? I'm decked out with everything I need, and even if I don't want to take damage, I can just whip out the cane of burner. So, Okay, I would actually like that bomb. Even though I don't need it, it's the principle. I'm just trying to open these up. I just want the health. I'm actually taking more damage trying to get the damn thing. But what I do want to do right now is get out the magic powder, because if I remember the room, yes I do. Ha-pa! There we go. I can actually pick that up right now. I kind of need it. So that works out well. Ah, we got the land molars again. And we have the silver arrows. So once again, if we shoot one in the head with one of these, it'll go down in 1 hit. Otherwise, it will take probably about 2 whacks with the Master Sword. Yep, silver arrows are better than the sword. It's just if I can line up the shot. I really want to do this, because I don't normally do this. The idea is to shoot right before they pop out of the ground. Hopefully, if they're moving down with you. There we are, nailed the shot. I couldn't fire another arrow. I still can't fire another arrow. That was weird. Oh, they went back in the ground. That's fine. Oh, I got hit when I was about to ping the arrow. Are you kidding me? Alright, I've had enough of this already. I'm just going to whack them. Yeah, there's one then. Again, when an enemy is exploding, I can't use my A button item. That really annoys me. That's in the Super Nintendo's version as well. You can't pause when a boss is exploding. So you can't use your item either. Look, I'm pressing A right now. Now I'm trying to press pause. Oh, well, pause or the save menu, either or. All of that is disabled when a boss is dying. That's stupid. It doesn't really annoy me, but it's like, it was messing me up there, so... And it's just something I never remember. I can't remember if randomizers actually fixed that. Maybe it's because so much stuff's going on, it prioritizes it. Alright, this is an annoying room. What we want to do is wait until they all show up. Get out, Aoife, because this teaches you... This is the room that's supposed to teach you that, hey, you can't see the floor. So... But the wizrobes are on the corners of the room that you can actually walk on. So as long as you know that it loops around in an anti-clockwise direction, you should be alright. Just kill all the wizrobes and you're good. If I timed my Aoife right, I would have knocked them all out anyway. Dash Rooney, take those 2 guys out of Azantitsuken, dodge the eye lasers to get into this room. I think we can just avoid everything in this room. No, we have to actually kill them all. There we are. That should take care of them. There we are. I could actually use that heart, so we'll get out my boomerang. There we go. Right, hug the left. Dash on up. Zantetsuken. We are good. The middle will fall away. So if we watch here for a second. Actually, oh, there we are. I was about to say, it's not happening. Yeah, the 2 conveyors cannot fall away. So these guys can survive unless I just, you know, ping them off. You know what? You two get to live. It's fine. I'm a little bit of a meanie, but not too big of a meanie. I'm not like Ganon. You're trying to get me, I will take care of you. Not in the good way. Right, so bashing all these pots just gave us a little bit of magic. I think you can see what's going on here. All we need to do is hit these in a clockwise motion. So we'll just do this quick. But I'm going to do this instead. I could use that magic, but I kind of need to get through the door, so that's fine. Doesn't matter though, because I believe this gives us full magic. Yes, it does. Right, so we need to avoid these eye lasers. And go upstairs, and then we need to be quick. That sucks. Yep, I'm going to have to restart that. I forget that they're always in the way when you don't want them to be. So what I'm going to do then is do this. How did I shoot over the thing without lighting it? Hello? The rod itself is fire imbued. It's what's spawning the goddamn stuff. I overshot the thing I was standing at. That's stupid. Oh, the spike was in the way again. I'm not allowed to do this the way that I want to. The past 2 episodes have been getting screwed over by silly stuff. Right, you know what? You know what we're going to do? I'm pressing the other button, actually. I'm technically pressing both of them, but I was pressing the other one more. I'm just going to do this. There! Just follow the path. I normally use the fire rod, I just wasn't having good luck on aiming the shot there in quick succession. So, screw me, right? More bombs that I do not need. It's like if I didn't take these bombs out, something tells me that this tower would have spontaneously combusted upon completion. Thank you for the key. It's not the first key we've had for these rooms recently. And the enemy that gives the key in order to get through the room was right here. Right, we need a bomb here. We can put it alongside the conveyor like this, but that means you got to time it. Or you can go hug the wall, place it on the wall, get away so you don't get hit by the trap, and get a free pass through. So I'm going to go with the bow again here. I would like to... Yeah, I would have liked to have that, but you know what? I can have this one instead, so it's fine. There we go. Thank you for the health. Whack this. Whack this. Whacking everything. More magic. Look at that. I don't even need potions. What is this shenanigans? I only bought that one potion because I was maxed out on money, and I'm still maxed out on money. And I have been even when looting treasuries. So it's like... Can you find the way out? Yeah, you know who it was because of the room setup. I'm actually going to fall down first because if you do fall, you have rooms, a massive room with spikes, anti-fairies, so you can stock up with fairies if you want, and infinitely respawning wizrobes that with one hit from your sword is enough to take them out, and you can farm them for health as well. So if you are struggling, maybe good to fall so you can heal up in order to take care of this guy. But guess what? 2 hits with the fully powered Master Sword is all we need. 1 hit... and 2 hits. There we are. Done. Easy. Now we need the hook shot. I can't pause to get it out. Again, it's annoying me. Very minor issue. It's never fixed. Must be some reason for it. 20 rupees. The chest was literally there to be a hookshot target. So they just chucked some money in there. Paid you for your work. Push these blocks to get through. And then, if we can time it, we can dash all the way up in the room. Hell yeah! Threaded that needle! The needle being my sword because, you know, that's just the tip. This is elaborate, and that's it. That's the dungeon. Once again, right before we reach the end, we have a nice staircase in order to get through, even though that room was literally trap central. Well, we have the best armor, we have everything. Let's get our silver arrows ready and take on Ganon! Oh, that's not what I was expecting. I forgot about you. You fled. That's how I ended up here. You've been so inconsequential, dear boy. Oh, it's great that you could come all the way here, Scatlink. And while I'm very, very happy to see you again, you better believe that we will not have a third meeting. Prepare to meet your doom. Well, that sucks. Can I shoot him? Nope. The silver arrows don't do shit. Can we still whack him? Nope. He is still immune to the Master Sword. What the hell is this guy? He's a strong sorcerer. So... But yeah, he's split into 3 with 2 intangible clones, but you can actually shoot their projectiles to the real one. And only the real one can shoot the blue projectiles that split. So, yeah, dead man's volley, but with actually more ammunition to take him down. Thanks. Oh, this is an opportunity. Look at that! Hit him with one of his clone's projectiles. Nailed him. If we do it the right angle, there we go. Hit him again. I wasn't ready for that one. Actually, I couldn't tell which one was the real one there. They were all layered. Oh! Nailed him! He's done! Oh! There's Ganon! Come back here, you fool! Let's break the game by doing something we're not able to do in both Dark World and in Dungeons. Play our flute when it isn't equipped and grab our flying friend, Zephyr. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Why is he a bat, by the way? Is Ganon a vampire? I have many questions that is never explained. Not even Hyrule Story, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, that building in the background, that is where we just came from in Death Mountain, which is why the place was designed that way. And it turns out that Ganon had his hideout exactly where we started. We've taken out Agahnim, but we've got one more thing to deal with. But before we do, I want to start with full health. So let me hop down here quick. I haven't forgotten about that one cave. Don't worry. Like that. Get this health, and look at that! Perfect, full heal. I was literally 7 hearts below. That's awesome. You know what? We are good. We can just go straight in now. I don't even need to max out my stuff. All we need is the silver arrows. If you haven't got them already, then you know what you need to do. You need to go to the fountain in the pyramid in order to get the silver arrows, which is where we're going to be using them to take out this guy. We already know where he is, so he's not marked on the map. Even if you start here, you start right at the edge. Where you spawn on the precipice. Literally nothing to do, but head on down. Get a free cheap in! Ha ha ha! You didn't see that coming, did you, boy? I play dirty. I never imagined a boy like you could give me so much trouble. It's unbelievable that you defeated my alter ego, Agahnim, a dark wizard, twice. But I will never give you the Triforce. I will destroy you and make my wish to conquer both light and dark worlds come true, without delay. What you gotta do is whack him, dodge his trident, and when he starts spawning fire bats, just keep out of their way. It's pretty much a dodging game. And just so you know, if you do not have the level 3 sword for whatever reason, like you forgot to chuck your master sword into the Pyramid of Power's wishing fountain, then you will have to use spin attacks in order to even damage Ganon. And if you have the golden sword, spin attacks won't even do double the damage like they usually do. They actually cap off at the damage that the master sword would normally do at level 4 with normal slashes. Spin attacks will not do anything additional, so you might as well just walk up to him and whack him like I've been doing, which is why I haven't actually been going for spin attacks recently. Plus, the amount of damage that the golden sword normally does anyway does more than enough damage to satisfy, so you don't need to worry about that. But now he's teleporting around. We've smacked him enough that he's just kind of warping about. This is a perfect opportunity to pop out a fairy or maybe a potion to heal yourself up. Make sure you have magic at the ready. I'm going to get my fire rod ready. Grab that. Ouch. Okay, he's not actually doing what I think he's doing yet. I still need to smack him a bit. There he is. There we are. He was one hit away. So, at this point, he's going to be spitting one fire keys that will light everything, and you can't kill these bats, by the way. And he'll also do ground pounds that are bringing these sides of the floorway. It's not a bottomless pit. If you do fall down there, all there is a teleportation tile. Actually, since I'm talking about it now, I'll probably show it in post. There's a telepathy tile down there that will explain that you will need the silver arrow to kill him, because if you don't have the silver arrows, you probably won't be able to beat him at that point, and then you'll probably fall just due to how long the battle's taking, or if you need to flee. It's convenient that you don't actually fall down there, though. I mean, again, Ganon has an actual safety net for you if you fall. It's like he's daring you to challenge him multiple times. When Ganon is stunned, seal his fate with a silver arrow. Do you understand, Scatlink? You're doing well, lad, but can you break through the secret technique of darkness? On guard! Alright, damn and pork. Oh, the lights are turned off, I can't see him. When he meant spell of darkness, he definitely means that. Right, this is the problem. This is why the floor is away. You have to light those two torches in order to bring light back into the area. I mean, if he'd never installed them, that would have been helpful, but I guess even he can't see. Hit him to paralyze him, and then shoot him with a silver arrow, just like you would do in the very first NES Zelda game. Oh my god, he was right on top of me. That was scary. And I just realised my health situation, so I'm going to pop off this fairy. Last one I have. Kind of did want to use this in this battle, actually, because now I've got 2 empty bottles, which will be helpful later on. You will see why. I'll just need to whack him with the sword. There we are. Arrow. I think he's got 1 hit left here. I think he takes about 4 silver arrows to take down. There we are. If we do it quick enough, he can't actually fire a bat. And it also stops from teleporting. He does that thing with the cape. Not dead yet. Oh, god damn it, no. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. He got shot. No! Little potato man. You're always my favourite. Ba-na-na-na-na. I believe in you. I believe in Link. In Link. Oh yeah. We've done it. Served him up for lunch. And the Triforce lies ahead. Welcome, Scatlink. I am the essence of the Triforce. The Triforce will grant the wishes in the heart and mind of the person who touches it. If a person with a good heart touches it, it will make his good wishes come true. If an evil-hearted person touches it, it grants his evil wishes. The stronger the wish, the more powerful the Triforce's expression of that wish. Ganon's wish was to conquer the world. That wish changed the Golden Land into the Dark World, a mirror universe of Hyrule, so it was able to be merged. After building up his power, Ganon planned to go on to the Light World to fulfill his wish. But now that Ganon had been destroyed, his Dark World will surely vanish, and the Sacred Realm will be destroyed to its original splendor. The Triforce is waiting for a new master. Its golden power is in your hands. Now, touch it and think of the wish in your heart. And one of the most famous, unforgettable epilogues, camera rolls, character roll calls, whatever you want to call it, credit sequences, presents itself. The return of the king, as well as the 7 sages. The castle guards have been restored, the loyal sages are alive again, or not banished to the Netherrealm. We don't actually know if they died except for the king, because he was a skellybob. Sahasrar's homecoming, he's back at Kakariko in his home village. And this music is like one of the best musics, and this is why I use this music in my 7th channel anniversary best moment special of the channel's history. Because it was thematic. I see you there picking some locks. I swear in the SNES version, those chests are a little bit brighter coloured than they're supposed to be. Ah, the bully makes a friend, and they are out of the Dark World finally. Just don't wonder, and look, the Dark World portals, the Sacred Realm portals, they've been sealed. They've been frozen, so they can't wander back in there, if you were thinking that. Our uncle has recovered, even though he probably was dead, because his corpse wasn't even back down there, even if we did go back there. But yeah, that's A Link to the Past, one of my favourite games, and even though the world doesn't seem as big as Zelda 1 or definitely Zelda 2, it's packed to the brim with goodies, so many dungeons. Yes, you can go from dungeon to dungeon, which is what we pretty much did in the second half of the game, but most of this optional stuff you can pretty much do in about 10 minutes before you hop into the dungeon anyway. And even though my videos were, you know, maxing out to the 35-minute mark, they're starting on another tree, of course. Did you see what you did there? You uncovered a hole. Flute Boy's returned. He's now not transformed. The old man's listened to him play again. I guess we've returned to Ocarina. It's just, you know, the world is just packed with goodies, and that's why this project has taken 20 parts. I mean, the last part is going to be a massive bonus episode, because we still haven't actually done one thing, and that is in the GBA version, the Palace of the Four Sword that is in the side of the pyramid. So yeah, we can actually explore the pyramid a bit more. So, we haven't seen everything yet, but if you're on the Super Nintendo version, we've done everything. Again, the Riddle Quest is exclusive to the GBA version, hence why it's a remake. It's been built from the ground up, it's on a different console, it's not running with the same code, and yet it's still pretty faithful, which is why people confuse it. Old lady's there, if she will still be there even if we did transform her into a fairy, which is kind of ironic, it's a weird thing. Lost old man, he was a sage from decades prior, just exploring the mountain. Well, I say exploring the mountain as you get past those pikes, but he's walking from that direction. Maybe he's just enjoying the breeze. I like how they all wave to the camera as well. It's like, I don't know if they're like waving to the Triforce that's spinning in the air that's making all this happen right now, or if it is just breaking the fourth wall. I mean, like, enemies are in formation, they're doing a dance. It's like, it's presented as a show as well, but it's still very powerful, and it's one of the best tunes ever in the game, best tunes ever made, best credit sequence ever made, and the Master Sword sleeps again forever, which is rubbish, because how many more Zelda games have there been, both before and after, where we use this thing? It's ironic, actually. Before Link Between Worlds, it would have been sleeping again forever, because other than bonuses in the Oracle games, as well as, you know, the magical sword being used in Zelda 1 and 2, that would be the final time, because it was supposed to be a prequel, but yeah. It's kind of weird that it's never used in Zelda 1 or 2. The credits music hasn't stopped, and every time I hear this part of the credits, this one is so calming, invoking that epic feeling. It feels like a synthesized orchestra that pretty much uses the power of the SNES's sound engine to its best capabilities to make some exquisite music. Every time I hear this particular song, I get goosebumps, and the other one is just epic, but this is epic in a different sense, and I know that word's overused, but... And I've been wanting to cover this game for years. I mean, remember when I held that vote to say, hey, I've got 4 games, what would you like to see? I went to the past, got the least amount of votes, because there was also Final Fantasy Anniversary Edition on the PSP, Donkey Kong 64, and Icon, and I did them in the order of what got the most votes. And yeah, I did almost every single one of those back to back except for this, because it took me forever to get to it, and even when I did have the HD card so I could get the best quality possible, as well as 60 frames, via the Roxio, through my GameCube at 480p, the best output that the GameCube has. I wanted to do the GBA version. I could have easily done it on my SNES Classic, but I really want to do the GBA version to cover the bonuses, because otherwise I'll have to go back and do them anyway. And that also gives us an excuse to do 4 swords. And yeah, we've still got value to do in 4 swords. That's fine. Takes place after this according to the plan. Jesus Angel Rodegis Gago. That's a name. Don't know if the accents actually changed the pronunciation of that, but yeah. But yeah, I've been wanting to cover this game for years, and I also want to do Ancient Stone Tablets, I want to do randomizers, I want to do ROM hacks. It's just unbelievable. And I've been wanting to cover this game for years, and I think I've done the best job I could, obviously not accounting for unplanned stuff like snafus, me failing, and just getting dicked by gimbos. The actual Zelda theme remixed here for the ending. Hyrule's just rolling in the background with the 3D Triforce spinning in our faces. The first time we actually see all 3 pieces together, other than the ending of Zelda 2. And when we do, it's spinning, it actually becomes small enough for you to pick up in the game. And Satoru Iwata to round everything off in the credits. Except for, you know, all rights because it belongs to Nintendo and Capcom developed this, Capcom developed this remake, not Grezzo. Grezzo came along for the first time, actually, for Nintendo remakes for 4 Swords Anniversary. So there's a bit of tidbit for you as well. Quest history. Now here's a thing. This used to be games, but now it's lives. In the Super Nintendo version, it tracks how many times you've saved throughout the game. In the GBA version, it tracks deaths. This is a death count, not a save count. the save count's kind of similar to what it was in Zelda 2, but they changed it to a death count because that's more obvious. And if everything's gone to plan in the GBA version, I have no deaths, and it looks like I haven't had any. It also tracks ones outside of dungeon, obviously, but they're just not telling you what dungeons you've had the most trouble in. But like I said, if you're playing the Super Nintendo version, you need to do the whole game without saving once, so that you get the autosave after you beat the game, so that you finish with total saves used 0. And look at that, perfectly clean death count. The end. Or is it? Now, I can press buttons, nothing happens, so the only thing that I can do is that after it reaches this screen, as I said, it autosaves, so we can press all buttons or turn off and turn on again in order to reset. Of course, I'm using Game Boy Player, so I'm going to use the soft reset option, and come down to our file here. Now, we now have our death count on our Link to the Past save file, because obviously the other half is Four Swords, I've already mentioned at the beginning of this video. This is why I covered this. We cannot go into the Palace of the Four Swords still, because it says only true heroes can enter, and this is why. So now that we have beaten both games at least once, beaten Vati at least once on Four Swords, and beaten A Link to the Past, go past the credits so you unlock the death counter, that is all you need in order to actually access the Palace of the Four Swords. You do not need to actually do the other rounds. The silver keys are all you need. You don't need the gold keys or the hero keys. You just need the normal keys in order to access the Palace of the Four Swords on A Link to the Past. However, we still haven't beaten Vati on Four Swords for the third and final time, because there's no other keys above the hero keys. So, we will truly take on the Palace of the Four Swords, as well as show off any other bonuses between the SNES version and GBA version of Link to the Past in the next and true final episode, where we will do the final dungeon and take on the boss in there. This is GBA exclusive, obviously, so at the end of this is where you would be if you booted your file up again on A Link to the Past, no matter what version you booted up. Also, by the way, once you've now beaten your game, you now have the option to start a new game so that you do not lose your Four Swords data, but you can continue or start a new game on A Link to the Past. You just don't lose your Four Sword data, so you can do everything again anyway. Of course, we're going to click continue, but at this point, you start here on both Super Nintendo and GBA once you've beaten Ganon, when the autosave happens, when you reach the end at the credits. Actually, I can't remember if it happens at the credits or when you pick up the Master Sword. I'm pretty sure it does it when it hits at the end, because that is literally where the game once again softlocks. But, you know, that's a thing. So, you know what? In the next episode, guys, we will be going into the Palace of the Four Swords after we finish off Vati for the third and final time after the finale of Four Swords. So, with that, in between this episode and next episode, I mean, I have empty bottles, so I'm going to go spend a bit of my money on some potions. Probably get a couple of reds, because fairies are nice, but we're probably going to need more than 7 hearts of health. I might grab another blue potion as well, just in case. But with that, that is all I have to say. So, with this music playing, that is the end for now on A Link to the Past. I'm doing the ending here, talking about it, mainly because, you know, it's an additional dungeon that requires you to beat the game in order to do it, so it is additional content on top, but it's literally just the one video. But other than that, we've got loads more to do on Four Swords in terms of the Anniversary Edition on GBA, so if you're watching the collective one, I know I keep talking about the other project at this point, but it is instrumental in, you know, the cross-title connection being in part of one save file in order to access certain things in between both games. So, with that, guys, hope you enjoyed this. World is our oyster now for A Link to the Past stuff, including Ancient Stone Tablets, so I'll probably get back in a live streaming at some point. I'll obviously announce it, keep an eye out on the Discord, but other than that, I will see you guys next time for the Palace of the Four Swords, as well as Four Swords Anniversary. And anything else we do on the channel as well, stick around for that. See you guys there.